So for this demonstration, we're setting up an integrated system. And what we're setting up here is, in front of me I have a space where it's emulating an area outside, perhaps between two buildings or with a road in between, maybe a sidewalk. And the idea is that a human is not allowed to be on one side of that. However, they are permitted on the other side. So we're going to use two different technologies to create this okay versus not okay area to be in. One of those is going to be video analytics running in a fixed camera that's directly over my shoulder here. That's going to have a nice view of this whole area at all times. Below it, you can see a pan tilt zoom camera. And what that camera does is, when there's no alarm, allows the guards or the officers in that area to, do a video patrol and see that everything's okay. When a violation occurs in the video analytics that are in that fixed camera, then that camera, that PTZ camera, will spin around and zoom in on whatever the violation is. So if somebody comes across the sidewalk, they're not supposed to be there, and the officer is busy looking at something else, perhaps somebody at the front door, that camera, that PTZ camera, is going to spin around and automatically investigate what's going on. Now, in order to back up that system, we're also going to have a beam detection system here. So you have two levels of protection without having to actually put up a fence or some sort of giant wall to protect that area. It's going to be a pretty cool integration. Overseeing this whole camera setup and beam detection system is the Bosch video management system. And that is what the guard or the officer is going to use to observe everything that's happening at the building all the time, whether there's an emergency or not. So let's go take a look at what the guys are setting up. I think you're going to be really impressed with it. So Steve's taking care of communicating with Joe. We're getting the cameras focused and angled in the right space. This will be what triggers, this view will be what triggers the video analytics in the system to cause the pan tilt zoom camera to react appropriately.
So the idea of what we're doing is monitoring photoelectric beams that were provided by Protech for a perimeter. So as the subject is walking around on the outside of the beams, you can see that you can see him in the cameras. As soon as he crosses the beam into the protected zone, you'll notice that the alarms will pop up in the bottom event window, and you'll notice some of the cameras responding to the events on the screen live. Also, the monitor on the left is powered by a decoder, and the video would immediately pop up from a predetermined alarm camera on that screen to indicate that there has been an event in that zone. Okay, the subject crossed the line in the photoelectric beams to grab the bag that's on top of the shelf. You can see that the auto tracker on the Autodome did activate and is tracking him as he's moving around. Also, you'll notice at the bottom of the screen in the event window that the event popped up where it says Zone 1 Protech Intrusion, and on the monitor that's associated with the decoder, that camera that was told to call up popped up full screen so that you could see what caused the event. When the operator is ready to handle the alarm, they can double click on the event line at the bottom, and what you'll notice will pop up are some predetermined cameras that are associated with the alarm. There's two PTZs that both swing around and look at the zone, as well as there is a clip or a loop of video that has been recorded, and it does sort of an instant replay and allows an operator to know what caused the event. Also, there is a map that's associated with the event with icons that you can double click on that, move around on the map, zoom in, zoom out, and you can tell which of the icons is activated based on the event. And you'll notice that in this loop window, it was an instant replay. So the subject walked in, grabbed the package off the top of the rack, and then you saw him walk past where we were before. And that will just continue to play in a loop unless you either pause it or reverse it. We can rewind it and speed it up a little bit until we can see what caused the event to transpire, and then we can almost pause it and see that there's the subject that caused the event as he walked through the zone and took the package. can clear the event, basically, and the system goes back to acting normal. So we can go into the replay mode while the officers are responding, get better detail. We can pick out where we can see the event. We can forward and reverse play the video. We can electronically zoom in on the image, so we could identify the person as a friendly or an unfriendly, and we can even print an image or send it to a printer. We can also save an image off to the hard drive so that it can be saved for later on and used to identify the subject once the responding officers apprehend him.
So in this case, we have a double protection system, and that way we have the beams plus the video analytics. There's really no way that somebody's going to be able to cross from one part of the facility to the other or one part of the area to the other without being detected, and for the system to automatically track them. And hopefully we'll be working with you on more projects to come.